Matthew, Carey, what's the story, Peter?
Well, Matthew's working for the Blind Sporting Council, and Matthew, as we welcome you, you and Rajini Vasan, the CEO of the Blind Sporting Council, have been pretty busy by the sound of it.
We certainly have been very busy. Good evening. Yeah, plenty happening at the Blind Sporting Council at the moment, that's for sure, but that's how we like it.
Now, you've been visiting schools lately?
That's right. We've been doing speaking engagements in both schools and service clubs, but we really are starting to get some interest from the schools, which has been fantastic. And it's been a really interesting experience going out to some of the schools. For example, we had one the other day where we spoke to a Year 6-7 class, and it was an interactive session, and some of the questions that the kids came up with were absolutely fascinating, not just about how blind people play sport, which was obviously, an emphasis, but also the day-to-day challenges of blindness and vision impairment. So
things like how do you find your mouth when you eat and that sort of thing?
Yeah, things like that. Anything from things like that to how do you shave to how do you what are your dreams like? It's fascinating what sort of things kids will come up with. So we're still very much pursuing that, and any schools or for that matter service clubs or sporting clubs that are interested in us coming out to talk to them, or perhaps having a fundraising partnership with us or anything along those lines, we're obviously very interested to hear from them.
What sport seems to interest the youngsters most?
They were particularly interested in the cricket, which was probably partly because we actually did show off a blind cricket ball, and how it rattles as it bounces towards you and that. So they had a few questions about that, which was probably prompted by the fact that we did have the cricket bowl. But they also asked about a couple of the others that I mentioned. I talked a bit about goalball and a couple of others. So it was really interesting, to some of the questions that we got.
And I guess these are maybe youngsters, Matthew, that might never have been or never had any interaction with a person who's blind or vision impaired before. So it's a good education thing for them without necessarily them realising they're being educated.
Oh, that's exactly right. And obviously, we're looking for partnerships, but it's also a fantastic awareness-raising exercise. One of the work that we do, of course, but also of the more general challenges faced by blind and vision-impaired people. And if we can raise awareness of that while we're out and about, then that's got to be a plus, I think. So.
What about the service clubs, Matthew? What sort of service clubs? And I guess their questions are perhaps a little bit different, because I'm assuming you're dealing with maybe adults and people sort of 21 plus.
Oh, absolutely. We've had a fantastic reception from Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, Kiwani clubs. They've been extremely helpful, and they're very interested in the work of the Blind Sporting Council. They're very interested in the various sports. And also sort of, you get the more general questions as well, but, they've been fantastic, and, I can't speak highly enough of the help and interest that we've had from service clubs.
And, of course, the Lions clubs are synonymous with raising money and awareness about, issues dealing with blindness and vision impairment, so that's a really good fit, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. So, they've been fantastic, as have the other service clubs.
Now, Matthew, you've got an interesting campaign. I support a star, and of course the I support is EYE.
That's correct, yes. Just in line with some of our other events that we do through the year, for example, our Eye to Eye Ball. This one is I Support a Star, and it's a new program that we're rolling out at the moment, where it's giving businesses and people the opportunity to sponsor a blind athlete for just $45 a month. And obviously we know times are tough at the moment, but $45 a month is all it takes, and for that money you really are giving a blind athlete the opportunity that they really might not otherwise have, and for that you get regular updates on how your athlete is going. You get a photo of the athlete, and you also get the opportunity to, involve them in team building and those sort of activities for your business. So there's plenty of opportunities that go with it, and obviously it'd be fantastic for people and businesses to get on board.
So that's a win-win, isn't it? Because, if you get someone along to a function that you might be running, if you get the athlete along, it's going to give the employees or the company that's involved with the sponsorship a bit of an idea of exactly what the person is and the sort of stuff that they do.
Well, that's exactly right, and obviously, that is important. It's got to be a two-way thing, and we want people to be in touch with where their money's going, and that's very understandable that they'll want to do that. So. It's a fantastic opportunity. As you say, it's a win-win, and it really will help give more blind athletes the opportunities because, as we know, being involved in sport for blind and vision impaired can often bring about extra funding costs that just wouldn't be the case for sighted people.
Thank you very much. So, Matthew, you've got a movie night coming up?
We certainly have. It's on Thursday night, the 28th of March, at Hoyt's Cinemas, Norwood. The movie is called The Cruise. It's a 3D animation. $20 a ticket. There's 3-hour free parking, soft drinks, refreshments and all that included. Starts at around 6:15 for a 6:30 start and wraps up by about 8:30. You can bring the kids along. It's a family-friendly movie, and we'd certainly like to see a lot of people there.
How can people book?
People can book by phoning the Blind Sporting Council during office hours on 8232-4644.
And of course, there's a lot of good information on your website as well, which is nice and accessible too.
That's right. That's at www.blindsport.com.au. And also, for those who have Facebook, you can find the Blind Sporting Council link on Facebook.
Okay, like their page.
Yes, absolutely, and you'll get all our latest information.
Matthew, thanks for that. Keep up the good work. We'll speak again soon.
Thank you very much.
Matthew Carey there from the Blind Sporting Council.